Hello. Analytical Service is in touch with you, Guru.Markets. Thank you very much for paying attention to our review. We will compare the main indicators of the company with you, Bank OZK, ticker OZK. This review is based on current data as of September 15, 2024. By classification, Guru.Markets Corporation Bank OZK belongs to the subcategory Bank Classic. 231 organizations participate in the comparison, which is very representative. We start with summary information about the company. Let's study each indicator in more detail a little further. If necessary, you can pause the video. We invite you to consider all the parameters of the organization more carefully. You can view the database with the structure of company tickers using the link in the pinned comment. I kindly ask you to share a link to this issue with your friends. Thank you for your repost, as well as other help. It helps a lot in further work. Well, here we go. Market capitalization of the company Bank OZK valued at $4.72 billion. And the market capitalization of the subcategory is $1,122 billion. Bank OZK accounts for a share of 0.42% and is one of the very small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $5.04 billion. And the balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory is $970 billion. Bank OZK constitutes a share of 0.52%. By comparing the shares of market and balance capitalization, we can see the following. Share Bank OZK in the subcategory when assessing market capitalization is 0.42%. The balance sheet capitalization is 0.52%, which is 24% more than the share of stock market capitalization. Assessment of the organization's share of market and balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory. Good, 1 point. Final company assessment Bank OZK will be demonstrated at the end of the video. Please look at the logic of the study in full. The financial liabilities of the organization under study amount to $0.807 billion. Debt-to-book capitalization is 16% of capital. Score for the company's financial obligations. Good, 1 point. The company's stock price to earnings ratio is 6.9. With an average for the subcategory of 13.6, this is 49% lower than for the subcategory. An assessment of the company's stock price to its profit in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Good, 1 point. Profit for the last 12 months was $686 million. Forward earnings for the next 12 months are expected to be $708 million. 3.2% more than currently. Estimation of the expected future profit indicator in comparison with in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's value to revenue ratio is 1.8. The average for the subcategory is 1.4, which is 29% higher than in the subcategory. Assessment of market value to revenue indicators in comparison with indicators of subcategory companies. Tolerable, minus 0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $2,600 million. Revenue for the coming 12 months is tentatively expected to be $2,680 million. 3% more than now. Assessment of expected future sales performance in comparison with the performance of subcategory companies. Good, 0.5 points. The margin is 26.4%, with an average in the subcategory of 10.7%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 15.7%. Profitability assessment in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's share in terms of the number of employees in the subcategory is 0.246%, which is 71% less than the share of market capitalization. This shows the discrepancy between the company's market price Bank OZK, most likely towards revaluation. The amount of market capital for each employee of the company is equal to $1,718,000, and for the subcategory $1,006,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 70.8%. Estimation of the volume of market capital per employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. Profit per employee is $249,900, with an average for the subcategory of $74,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 238%. Estimation of profit per employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The revenue per individual employee of the company is $946,000. By subcategory, $694,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 36%. Estimation of sales volume for each company employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The volume of sales transactions was 14.8%, with an average for the subcategory of 1.9%. This is an indicator of the possible risk of a short squeeze. Indicator RSI 14 shows the 50% level for the company Bank OZK, whereas in the subcategory the RSI level, 14, is approximately 55%. Potentially, securities of the subcategory are valued approximately the same as shares Bank OZK. Comparing the price movement of a company's shares Bank OZK and subcategory companies, we will see that over the past 12 months, the company's shares Bank OZK showed a dynamics of 9.1%. Against the price dynamics in the subcategory 26.7%. This definitely does not mean anything, but it is necessary to take note of this fact. The overall result is as follows: 5 out of 10 points. Average result for the subcategory, 1.1 points. If you look broadly, within the US stock market in the aggregate, it can be seen that the average score for the market in aggregate is 0.3 points, against a 5-point rating for the company Bank OZK. Let's look at the order table. It is available. A link to it is in the pinned comment. The order table contains absolutely all publicly made decisions by the reference evaluation system Guru.Markets. Access to the order table is absolutely free and open. Link in pinned comment. Let me remind you that earlier on September 6, 2024, we published an order. Ticker OZK. Information and reference system for stock valuation Guru.Markets. The following decision was made on this order. Close the order. The final profit was 1.4%. Thank you very much to the audience for watching to the end and for using the information and reference system Guru.Markets. You truly are the coolest audience.